We are now joined by our second place finisher, Matt Crafton, driver of the Chi-Chi's Menards Ford. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about what was going on those last few laps?
Oh, a lot of excitement. Noah and Johnny put on a good show right there. But all in all, I mean, we had a good Menard Ford F-150, but it just did not have short run speed. I was just struggling, and it'd be about 15 laps into the run before it would get going, and then 15 laps into it, we would run comparable lap times to them, but at that point, they were already full straightaway, if not more ahead of us. But I tried everything I could right there, getting into one, had a great restart, and I moved Johnny up as high as I could, and I was just kept watching the mirror, and I was hoping that the spotter was going to stay clear, but he didn't. I was begging him to push me on the restart, and I'm thinking, if he pushed me, maybe we can both go by him here, and we can race for the lead. But all in all, not a bad day.
Strict team orders.
I bet.
We're now joined by our third place finisher, Justin Haley. Justin, so what were those strict team orders you're talking about?
We had a really solid day. We ran in the top 5. That's probably the best race we've had ever with the GMS guys. So I was really hoping. I was almost going to push Crafton in hopes him and Johnny would go up the track. I just kind of slide by.
That was the whole point.
Yeah,
you just keep pushing, and then we both go up, and we both go by and race for the last lap.
It didn't work out that way, but again, the Fraternal Order of Eagles, number 24, GMS Fabrication guys brought a great truck.
All right, we'll go ahead and open up for questions. Go ahead, Lee.
Justin, you seem to come out of nowhere. I mean, you're running up front the whole time, but it's like, to run with the veterans. Those guys are at least Gilliland's old enough to be your dad. But it's like, how did you maintain your composure?
I think we're one of the more overlooked teams in the garage. We have really bad luck, and we're usually fast, but this weekend we were just really competitive, and we were running up there third, fourth. On that last caution came out, we all came to down pit road, and we had a really bad pit stop. It took us 6 or 7 spots, and the caution just kind of fell our way, and we worked our way up.
Chris, NightCatchFence.com for you guys. Do you think that what we saw at Las Vegas is capable of what we're seeing at Kansas Speedway next weekend? As exciting as that race was, start to finish?
I'm sure it'll be a good race in Kansas. The best thing for the truck series is whenever we go to some of these 1-mile racetracks when we actually get to lift, and we go to Las Vegas, some of the Kansas, and we get to run around there wide open. Me personally, I don't see as much excitement, but it's great for the fans just because I want to be, as a driver, I want to be able to lift out of the throttle and be able to drive it in the corner deeper and see if you can drive by them just like we were today. That's a lot of fun. But Kansas, there's going to be huge drafting, and for the fans, it puts on a great show. For the drivers, it's fun, but me personally, I like to lift and be able to do a little more slipping and sliding.
Yeah, and to be completely honest with you, Chris, I thought today was going to be a one-lane race. I'm not sure how you felt, but in practice it really felt that way. But Goodyear, they brought a great tire. This is a different tire, and it laid a lot of rubber, and it fell off. So combine that with the Elmore engines, it was great racing, I thought.
Go ahead, Lee.
Matt, you had a great view of what was going on between Sauter and Gregson. Can you kind of describe everything you saw, or at least some of it?
From what I saw, it's there was a lot of bouncing off each other, and I think Noah learned something today. At the end of the day, that wasn't one of the spots to hit him on entry, and he just sucked himself around. And I know they had bounced off each other a couple different times throughout that run right there, and it ended up not good for Noah. I hated that for him, but he'll live and learn. He's got a lot of races to go.
Are there any other questions for these guys? All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. We are now joined in the media center by Joe Shear Jr., crew chief of the number 21 team, and Mike Beam, team president of GMS. Joe, can you tell us a little bit about, what your strategy is? You guys have seemed to dominate this racetrack year over year.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but we stole one last year here, and we worked pretty hard coming back here because we didn't want to we knew that wasn't going to work again because we had a strategy last year that worked out pretty good, so we knew that everybody was going to have that. So we worked pretty hard on our setup, and we come back here, and we feel like we accomplished what we needed to. Everybody at GMS worked very hard, and we accomplished it. We had a dominating truck here, and it was good. It was good all night and all week, and I was proud of the guys, and I was proud of the way it handled, and I was proud of how Johnny handled everything, and it went pretty smooth.
And for you, Mike, what does this win mean for the team?
Well, it's we've had a hard week, so it was good. I mean, Joe and Johnny, they and the whole 21 team, they executed really well, and it's to have 2 wins now, that now we can really go to work and do some stuff to get ready for the playoffs, but Joe and Johnny, they're a real blessing to us, and we're just proud to have them, and I think we can just build our team, and I feel pretty good about it. I know everybody at GMS, like I said, we're very thankful to have them.
We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. Lee?
Mike, to have veteran leadership like Johnny, does it make things easier on a week like this, and for him to be able to step up and get in the Xfinity car this weekend, kind of pull double duty for you guys in your time of need?
Yeah, Lee, it's definitely, whenever all this happened, Johnny, I called him and he said, sure, and he's such a team player, and Joe is too, and like I said, they're the senior guys. Johnny is and Joe is too. They're the senior team, and they're the leaders, and so I feel like we can always count on them, and we brought Johnny to GMS to be the leader, and he does a really good job, and so whenever I called him, and he said, sure, I'll do anything to help out. And the thing is that Joe's dad's memorial race is Sunday, and he was going to pass it up just to drive his Xfinity car for us. So that says a lot, and so we're, like I said, we're very blessed to have them. We have talked to a lot of people, and we're going to take this one race at a time, and you'll get through here, and we have to be. It's a lot of things go into that decision with General Motors and Hendricks and Junior Motorsports, and so we're really no closer right now than we were 2 days ago, but I feel like hopefully by Monday, Tuesday, we should know. I mean, we are going to test Monday at Charlotte. Brendan Poole's going to drive it for us. Thankful for Brendan to do that, and we're going to move on. And first we got to see how many races, and then we'll go from there.
And we're now joined by the winner of the 19th annual JEGS 200, Johnny Sauter, driver of the Allegiant Airlines Chevrolet. Johnny, congratulations. Can you tell us a little bit about those last few laps?
Well, what a ride, first and foremost. It's not every day you get a truck like that, so obviously we got a brand like Chevrolet and Allegiant Travel and all of our great sponsors, Sunseeker Resorts, GMS Fab, JEGS, all the people that help GMS Racing out. I couldn't be more proud to win this race in the fashion that we did, and then to have a couple eventful late race restarts. Obviously Noah there, he came over in victory lane and said it was totally on him, so that's cool. I had a good run on him off of turn 2, and he chopped me, and I said, well, that pretty much gives me the green light to be as aggressive as I want to be, and got into him a little bit, tried to, rattle him a little bit, and I felt like it worked. And then I don't know what happened on the backstretch. I was just holding my line. I knew that we had the preferred groove, and we're going to be able to carry the momentum. We're just so fast on a long run. I couldn't be more proud of Joe and all these guys, the pit crew today. Just that was an awesome race, and this is such a cool place to race at. This is when you can tame this place, you feel like you've done something. So 2 years in a row, back-to-back wins. Much faster truck this year than last year. I'm pumped. Turned 40 this week, and to have an opportunity to drive stuff like this, it's just, not many guys get this opportunity, and I just want the Gallagher family and Beam and everybody to know how much I appreciate it.
Awesome. We'll go ahead and open up for questions. Bob?
Bob Pockris, ESPN. Johnny, is he supposed to chop you there? I mean, if you're going for the win, did you consider it dirty or just hard racing?
I'd have to look at it again, but I think I was in there deep enough. I mean, I knew that I had a good enough run, so there was going to be contact regardless. I had the opportunity to, obviously run into the back of him, and I elected not to. So I'd say he's racing hard, don't get me wrong, but, when a guy runs you down and gets a good run on the outside of you and it's that late in the race, I think that's what you're supposed to do. I'm sure I would have raced him the same way, but when you have a truck as fast as ours, you've got to win the race, and you've got to find a way to win the race, and so it just worked out for us. But I got to look at it again to see if he should have or not. But I'm just glad he came over and apologized. So no harm, no foul.
Go ahead, Bob.
What do you expect him to do as just either from having raced Noah, but also just a 19-year-old second-year driver in the series trying to figure out where the line is?
Yeah, no, I got to look at it because I don't, you're processing it all, and I had a huge run up off the corner and knew that I had big momentum coming. So the one thing that it does do is puts him in a really vulnerable spot. And a lot of guys probably wouldn't, let him in. You know what I mean? They both would have crashed. So you got to be smart, too. You got to get to the finish of these races. And Noah's come a long way in getting smarter. From last year, I felt like he, spun out a lot. And this year he's doing a much better job. So he's obviously going to be a guy we're racing for the championship. So I think it's important to race respectable all year long. And, but – yeah, of course, he's learning. He's pushing the envelope. He's got to figure out where that line is, and I'm just thankful it worked out for us today.
Good.
Zach Atanswetti, kickingthetires.net. Justin Haley said they didn't really expect it to be a multi-groove racetrack. Or were you expecting it to be around the bottom, or were you kind of expecting a little bit of the same?
I didn't know what to expect, really. Obviously, this was a little different race than we've had here in years past. I could make time running the bottom or the middle or the top, you know what I mean? So, having said that, we just had, made good time anywhere on the racetrack. So it was fun to be able to race all over the racetrack because that's what you want as a racer. And obviously, I say that because we had a great truck today, but everybody in the field, Cody Coughlin came to me, one of my teammates, and said, I really learned a lot following you there. I was able to diamond the racetrack and get big momentum, and he salvaged a 6th-place finish. So a great day for GMS. Haley finished 3rd, too. So I'm proud of those guys. I mean, that's awesome. But, as a racer, a lot of times we go to one-groove racetracks, and as a racer, all you can ask for is that you've got options.
Chris?
ChrisKnightKitchens.com. Congratulations to you guys on the win. Johnny, when Noah came to you at Victory Lane, did he earn some more respect points from you when he came up to you and completely took apology, for what happened? I mean, he was absolutely devastated in his interview. And then I have a follow-up from Mike Beam.
Yeah, no, it's cool. To be honest with you, with the win and the way everything was going, it didn't affect me. It hurt his day. So but yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, a guy can take the blame for that, and of course that's a respectable deal, and Noah's got talent. I've seen it, and even last year I saw him, and I could say to people, the guy can drive. He's just got to get calmed down, and I think a lot of times that's what you want out of a guy is being able to try to pull him back instead of trying to kick him on the butt to go. And you've heard that, it's a cliche that you've heard for years. So he's got ability, and he's executing. He's running really good, and so, of course, yeah, I respect him for coming to Victory Lane, but, I bet he wishes he just would have stayed straight and finished the race, you know what I mean? But it's all good. I mean, he's racing hard. That's what he's supposed to do.
And, Mike, Justin Haley and Kevin Boylecourt have kind of flown under the radar here this season. Today they got another top 5 finish. He seems to be learning a lot as a sophomore driver. Do you think that he has the potential to win some races by the end of the year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was telling Justin and Kevin, this was a big race for them. I feel like this is probably one of the best races they've ran, and Justin, I was just really proud of their performance because, I always tell them, I said, I don't use that term, but I said, hey, I'm proud of you because y'all didn't screw it up, okay? So you did pretty good, and so I'm really proud. And Kevin, what people don't realize, Kevin and Justin both were like rookies. Kevin's a rookie crew chief, and and Justin was rookie driver last year. So they've grown, and they've done some testing. So yeah, I mean, I always we kind of do it like, you know, by Charlotte they should be going, I feel like. And honestly, we're building some new trucks. I mean, we got some really good stuff coming, and the people up in the GMS fabrication, I couldn't be more proud, because we are I mean, these guys are really working hard, and like I said, Johnny and Joe, thankful, you know, to have them. But Justin and Kevin, it's a lot of fun to watch. I'm telling you, when Justin wins, it will be a big party. I promise.
Are there any other questions? Lee?
Joe, was the tire going down? There was talk about after the contact with Noah that perhaps Johnny had a tire going down at the end. Did it seem like anything was, you know, affected?
No, we obviously when anything happens like that, we go through a protocol of tires up, fenders are in place, everything's in working, and look at that stuff. But everything was fine and good. So everything was pretty good right there. Everything was clear. Everything was good. We just kept going. Sorry about that. It's the fabrication shop calling me. Thanks.
All right. Are there any last questions? All right. Thank you, guys. Congratulations.